Hello and welcome to another edition of Addition. I'm your host, Addie Adewusi. I'm a product manager at Microsoft, a mathematician, artist, creator, tech optimist, and futurist. And I'm bringing you the news, the update on the market, some career advice, and let you know what I'm geeked out about. So before I get into today's show, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe, follow on all platforms. I'm on Twitter at AdditionPod, or my personal Twitter is at Addie Adewusi, or Instagram at Addition with Addie, or TikTok at AdditionPod. Substack is additionpod.substack.com, which is completely free, and you get all of the Addition podcasts and YouTubes in your inbox, the full episodes. So yes, follow, share, subscribe, support the show. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into the market updates. So it's a terrible day for the markets, down across the board. Bitcoin is down 6.27% over the past 7 days. Ethereum is down 8.24% over the past 7 days. The S&P 500 is down 6.71% in the past 5 days. NASDAQ is down 8.15% in the last 5 days. So this is serious correction territory. We're in a market correction. We have earnings. It's earnings seasons right now. We got Tesla earnings. Microsoft and Google did their earnings yesterday. We shall see if the markets turn around, but right now, it's terrible. It's hard to watch. Okay, so hot topic in tech, and I'm going to go really quickly because I have to go to work. So Tesla stock, this is a quote from Morning Brew. Tesla's shares cratered. Shares of the EV company, helmed by Musk, fell more than 12% yesterday, erasing more than $125 billion in market value. And this makes sense. So Elon Musk is already running Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company, as well as making time to tweet and, do speaking events and things like that. This move to buy Twitter is kind of ridiculous. Good for him. But at the same time, he borrowed so much money against his Tesla stock to fund this purchase. And Twitter is not a great asset in terms of producing revenue. And it's going to take a massive amount of effort to turn Twitter around the way Elon Musk wants it to go, in the direction that Elon wants it to go. So it makes sense that Tesla's stock's going to fall because shareholders are saying, why should we stay invested in Tesla and buy Tesla stock when Elon's focus is diverted to Twitter and so much of Tesla's value comes from Elon? So that's news. And next, Robinhood layoffs. And I told you once, I told you again, it is layoff season. Expect more layoffs. So this is from CNBC. Retail brokerage firm Robinhood is cutting back staffing levels, citing duplicate roles and job functions after rapid expansion last year. So yeah, Robinhood, their IPO was last year. They were growing and scaling. They were trending because of GameStop and meme stocks and Dogecoin. And then they IPO'd, and the IPO price rose, and then it crashed with most tech stocks back last fall in 2021. So now they are a public company and they need to share their earnings, and they're going to take some preemptive measures like layoffs to make the earnings reports go down easier to shareholders. If the CEO shows that they're comfortable cutting costs, shareholders in theory are more confident buying the stock. That being said, this affects people like me, people like you may be listening to the podcast, knowing that companies are in severe layoff mode and they don't feel any way about doing layoffs. So that's the news there. Okay, for the career topic, I was having dinner with a coworker yesterday, and I shared with him one of my life philosophies that I would say, come into in the past year. And this philosophy is to live my life as like it's a video game, as opposed to living my life as it's a movie. So if I'm living my life as a movie, the script is already written and things are happening to me, and I'm just, going for the ride. Whereas a video game, nothing happens unless I pick up the controller and start moving forward and doing things. So yeah, I would say I was definitely more passive and felt like I had to be dependent on luck or being in the right place or the right time. When I switched my mindset to having the video game mentality, it was more, how can I make my own luck? How can I put myself in a position to get an opportunity? So I feel much more autonomy over my life, and it helps me get where I want to be in my career, my personal life, with my friendships, just being the proactive initiator as opposed to sitting back and waiting for someone to ask to go to dinner or go on a trip. Being the person that plans events, you get a lot of benefit from that because you're the reason why people come together. So having an idea like, hey, let's go get dinner, as opposed to only getting dinner with people if they ask you, what do you want to do? So yeah, so live your life as a video game and not a movie. Think about it, marinate on it. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. And last but not least, what am I geeked out about this week? Restaurants. It's my favorite part of travel, wining and dining at restaurants. I love the experience of, being in a third place that's not home, that's not work. I like the food here in the Seattle area. There's some excellent restaurants. And, typically you're at a restaurant with, a friend, a family member, a loved one. It's just an amazing experience. And so people who have not been going out to eat because of, COVID-19 and the lockdowns, I encourage you when, as you feel comfortable to start, dining out again. I realize you don't know what you got until it's gone. And I remember those maybe 6 to 8 weeks in Florida where there were no restaurants open, and how happy I was to be able to go out to eat again. And going out to eat is so demonized. It's like getting a latte from Starbucks. People say, oh, you should feel so much shame going out to eat. Restaurants are something that bring me the most joy in my life. So just sharing that tidbit. All right, well, I'm going to head to the office. It's about 7:30 Pacific time, and you'll get this podcast much later. But if I can record this podcast every day while traveling and working and going to as many events as I'm going to right now, then I can do anything. So thank you for sticking with me, going along for the ride. Again, like, subscribe, share to show your support, and I'll talk to you next time.